Welcome or welcome back. My name is Lightworker Whit, and I'm so excited to get into your 2025 love predictions. This is a collective reading, okay? So receive what resonates, release what doesn't, okay? I just thought this might be fun to kind of give us a high-level overview of what all of the signs can expect for this year in our love and relationships. Now, if you would like a reading on your specific situation, all of my links are below. You can schedule a session with me at any time. You can book a relationship insight reading. Actually, I just added something for my mom. My mom is a counselor for a lot of women in, how can I say, strenuous situation. So if you're in a situation where you're trying to figure out whether you should stay, whether you should go, if you're in an abusive relationship, if you're dealing with somebody with addictions, if you're in a domestic violence relationship, my mom has a lot of experience counseling women in those situations. She's also been married to my crazy ass father for, I don't know, like 45 years, I think. Like, I don't even know anymore. So, I totally recognize that I'm only able to guide my clients, but so much. There's just certain things I can't coach people through because I haven't walked through that. So I've added my mom to my services so that if you're in a situation like that, she can coach you better than I can, okay? So if that's interesting to you, please check that out on my website or on my booking page. But otherwise, if you're just trying to figure out, what's going on with you and your boo, you and your person, where it's going, I still got you. From a psychic point of view. My mom has you from like a counseling point of view. I got you from a psychic point of view, okay? Now, here's what I want to do. I want to get a message from Whispers of Love. Okay, I want to get a message from this as a collective message. I like to start my all signs readings with collective readings. All of these readings are pretty positive, so I want to get an overarching theme of 2025 for all the signs, and then I'm going to use my Romance Angels book to get a message for each sign individually. I'm going to get one card for each sign. This shouldn't be a crazy long reading, and we'll go from there, okay? I know also it's like end of January, but look, I had a lot to do. Okay, I had to finish my forecast for the people who paid. I appreciate you. And I was trying to create some content for TikTok. It's been a lot, and I don't know that I will ever be that YouTuber that is able to give all the signs 2025 predictions. I really don't know that I'll be able to be that person. I know that there's a lot of creators that some of you guys probably follow who gave 2025 predictions. I did not do any for any sign. You know me here. We take it month by month, okay? Unless you have ordered a 2025 forecast from me, which I don't even think are visible on my page anymore. I've finished them. They're done. If you ordered it, you ordered. If you didn't, you didn't. Unless you ordered a forecast from me, we just gonna have to see what happens month by month, which, by the way, are now moving to my memberships, okay? So if you would like to know what's gonna be ahead for you for my monthly forecast, you can subscribe to my YouTube membership for Light Keepers, $4.99 a month, nothing crazy, totally manageable, less than a coffee at Starbucks for those forecasts, okay? I just figured, even though we're just getting started, I just feel like we've just had so much to deal with in January between the fires, between TikTok, between, resolutions, the inauguration, inflation. It's a lot, okay? Just trying to recover from Christmas and New Year's. Look, I don't feel like this content is too late. You know what I mean? So let's get an idea of what we can all expect in our love life. So let's go ahead and get a jumper from the Whispers of Love for the collective, please, Spirit. For the Lightworker Whit Collective, what's the overarching theme of 2025 for us in our love life, please? 2025 love life. Okay, we got one. Listen with your heart. You are listening, but need to hear with a loving heart. Okay. Here we go. Oh, it's actually number one. He was number one. Okay. The opportunity is here for you to bring a loving perspective to a situation. It is easy to get wrapped up in the words being said. What does your heart say about this situation? It knows the truth. Trust that. Sit still, take a deep breath, and ask your heart what you need to know. Love's first task is to listen. Do you have a habit of drifting away while someone else is speaking? Do you get entangled in your own thoughts? Take time to process what is being communicated before you respond or react. Learning to listen with an open heart will keep you, Learning to listen with an open heart will help you receive guidance or affirm something you already know. Two young women, this is describing the card. Two young women are shown in this card. One holds a seashell. One holds a seashell to the other's ear. The seashells represent the good things that can be discovered in a challenging situation. The pod of dolphins playing in the background denotes the joy that may be found. The white horse may be a call to control your emotions. Stop and listen. What do you hear, and how can it bring more happiness to your life? So I feel like that's a great message, y'all, for like, actually listen to what people are telling you. And again, listen with your heart. I also kind of feel like that's a message for like, listen with your intuition. Okay, back of the deck energy is actions speak loudly, because I was about to touch on this a little bit. Because people always talk about, you know, focus on what people do, not what they say. While I think that's true, you have to focus on what people do. Also pay attention to what people say. 9 times out of 10, especially if you guys are dealing with somebody that you're not really happy in a relationship, they will tell you what to expect. More often than not, most of us just have selective ass hearing. Okay, most of us just have selective ass hearing. So think about that. So really listen with your intuition, with your heart, of what somebody is really telling you. I do that all the time. I drift off when people are talking to me. My ex-boyfriend called me out about that. He was like, Whitney, you always pick out certain words that I said and you're never fully listening. And I was like, damn, he got me. Oh God. So make sure you're listening to people, giving them your full attention. Okay. So yeah. And again, not just selective hearing. Don't just focus on what you want to hear. Focus on the full content of what somebody is telling you this year and how they're going to show up for you, what they can and can't do. Okay. Don't have selective ass hearing this year. If somebody tells you, hey, I'm not ready to be committed right now, don't keep pushing and acting like this person's going to change their mind. They already done told you what they want. If this person says they want to commit and you keep stringing them along, don't keep playing with them. Okay. If your partner says they want to go to counseling, entertain that. And if y'all can't afford counseling right now, go to Amazon. There's some books that you and your partner can work on together. Okay. Don't have selective ass hearing. That's how I'm taking that message. Focus on what the hell people are telling you. Don't focus on potential. Don't focus on what could be. Focus on what the fuck they're telling you. And I hear this a lot when a lot of women will tell me, well, they say they don't want a relationship, but they're doing all the boyfriend things. That may be true. They're doing all the boyfriend things, but is that man willing to introduce you to his mom? Is that man willing to plan a trip for your birthday? It's like, yeah, they might be taking you out to restaurants and like going out to drinks and having Saturday nights in together, but that's only part of, you know, what a partnership entails. You know what I mean? It may look like they're there, but they're not really there if you look deeper. Okay. All right. So I'm using the romance angels, but what I want to do is I'm going to take out a couple cards. I'm going to take out unrequited love. I'm taking that out. Because at some point, all of us are going to deal with unrequited love. Whether it be this year, and we've all at some point dealt with wanting somebody that doesn't want us or vice versa. I'm also going to take out I want to take out release your ex, and I'm going to take out separation. Is there anything else I want to take out? And there's a reason why I'm taking these out, because no matter what your sign is, some of you at some point may deal with a separation, whether that means ending a relationship or just being temporarily separated from your partner. Some of us at some point are going to experience some sort of separation, even if just like taking a break from your partner or whatever. So I feel like that doesn't apply. Release your ex, I'm taking that out because, you know, this might not be the theme of an entire year. Hopefully it doesn't take you a whole year to release your ex. While that can be reality for some people, and I've definitely been a person to hold on to a connection for way too long, I just don't want to project that that's what your entire year is going to be about. So I want to take that out. And then, like I said, I'm taking out unrequited love because I also don't want to project that or predict that the entire year is going to be about an unrequited love. We're not claiming that energy, okay? We're not entertaining people who are not prioritizing us. Let me just touch on that for a moment. If you're really stuck on somebody that like you wanted to have a relationship with and you wanted something to grow with, but they're not giving you that energy, I want to affirm for you that it's okay to miss them. It's okay to still want them. It's okay to desire them. But you kind of have to just love yourself a little bit more and say, you know what? While I want this person, while I want things to grow with this person, they're not giving me that energy. So I have to put myself first, and I have to stand true to what I want, because you can get caught up reminiscing, wanting, manifesting that person so bad that you kind of just like miss out on other connections that could potentially be better for you. So I don't want that for you. Okay. All right. So let's start with Aries. Okay. What is going to be the vibe for Aries in their love life this year? I'm going to pick them. Or should I? I'm going to let them jump. I feel like if I let them jump, I'm going to get multiple like I did just now. I'm going to pick them. God damn it. For Aries, please, 2025. We have religious factors. Interesting. Now, this card is really interesting because it can be literally about religious factors, but it's not quite so literal. Your love life is being influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. This is interesting because a lot of times this relates to like one of you being more evolved than another. Okay, here we go. This card reveals that religion and spirituality are subtle but important factors in your love life. Perhaps you're looking for a relationship with a partner who shares your spiritual beliefs. If so, this card comes to you as guidance to seek your new partner at the church, temple, or meeting place associated with your faith. If you're currently with a partner who isn't spiritually minded or whose beliefs differ markedly from your own, you may feel dissatisfied. You may also be influenced by family traditions that expect you to marry within your own culture or religion. The romance angels are helping you address this issue, and they ask you to remain true to yourself during the process. Decide which factors you will and won't accept in your relationship, and what your priorities are for your partner. For instance, it's possible that your love interest may live the spiritual principles that you find important. For example, forgiveness, charity, kindness, and the like, without having the same religious affiliation that you do. The angels remind you that your partner, like everyone, is a holy child of God. Everyone is spiritual in truth because everyone is spirit. Although it's not up to you to change your partner to match your spiritual path, your affirmations, prayers, and visualizations can have a positive influence on both of you and your relationship. That's interesting. So Aries, you might be attracted to people who kind of have a different, or attracting people who have a different spiritual upbringing than you. Like maybe you're Muslim, maybe they're Christian, maybe you're Sikh, maybe they're Jewish. I don't know. So it's a lot to consider. So if the love is real, I wouldn't let religion get in the midst of that. But I do know that can get complicated when you're discussing and wanting to have children. So again, like the message says, decide what factors you will and won't accept in your relationship. And that might just be a deal breaker for you. If you want to have kids and it's really important for you to bring your kids up Jewish, then you need to be dating people that are Jewish, period. Okay? So, and I think that's hard, especially as people get older and the dating pool gets harder and it's harder to find, to attract quality people. I think you start to negotiate with yourself, well, maybe my partner is not in my faith and maybe my partner is da-da-da-da. I would just advise you to let that go. And I just kind of feel like this world is too big for you to not meet one other person that shares your religious values that you vibe with and can create a life with. I just think the world is too big, personally. So check your limiting belief and align yourself to the person that has the same values that you do. Okay, so take that, take what you can out of that message and just kind of like let it be in the background, okay, of your life this year. Taurus, what do you have for Taurus, please? All right, we've got keep an open mind for Taurus. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. The romance angels sent you this card as a reminder to stay open to the possibility of your soulmate appearing in a form that may differ from what you expect. This is especially true if you tend to date a certain type of individual. You drew this card to help you discover your soulmate. This card may signal that you've already been introduced to this person but have overlooked his or her romantic potential. Take the time to get to know the various individuals you meet. Even if there isn't an initial attraction, at the very least, you will learn more about yourself and may make a new friend. Now that's interesting for those who are partnered already. First of all, I feel like Taurus, I started to say I think a lot of Tauruses are going through a separation. That energy was like very prevalent in November. So maybe some of you guys are, trying to figure out your love life, but obviously not every Taurus is going through a separation. So with keep an open mind, there might be some major transitions happening for you in your love life this year, and because you are a fixed sign Taurus, you need to allow yourself to not be so rigid, okay? You need to also be open to your partner changing. This life is meant for us to evolve. We're meant to change, okay? So stay open to how you and your partner can evolve and how you can still keep the love between you through your growth, through your evolution. If you're single, this would be, of course, a message to keep an open mind to people that could be a good match for you, that you might not usually consider not your usual type. Okay. We're on to Gemini. What is the vibe for Gemini 2025 in their love life, please? Calling in your soulmate. Okay. Love that for you, Gemini. Okay. Ooh. Butterfingers. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. Okay, you, like everyone, have soulmates, plural. These are people with whom you shared time in heaven and in other lives. You made a soul agreement to meet in this lifetime for the purpose of mutual spiritual growth. You have many such agreements with various people who are all your soulmates. They include friends, family members, co-workers, and romantic partners. This card guides you to actively call your romantic soulmate into your life. You can do so through prayer, affirmations, and visualizations. It also means working on yourself so that you epitomize the qualities you're seeking in a partner. For instance, if you desire a significant other who's got a great sense of humor, develop this within yourself. Like attracts like, which is part of calling in your soulmate. That's really good. So for me, just to give you an example, I think about that a lot right now as far as like where I am in my dating journey, in my romantic life. I keep talking about this, and I'm going to create content on this. I'm going to be starting a series called Road to Riches, and I just feel like personally, like for the partner that I know that I want, for someone who is ambitious and like they don't need to be a billionaire, but I would like them to have some level of financial success. Focusing on like attracts life, I feel like my life in my world as a solopreneur is so chaotic, and I feel like I keep attracting partners whose life are also chaotic. And I try to explain this to my sister, who's very Christian, and she's like, Whitney, I don't think that's a vibe, but you get the vibe, you understand. So I just kind of feel like I'm in a place where I'm like, Whitney, work on self, and then we can revisit the romantic partner and actually attracting the quality life partner that we need to attract. So I think that's where you are, Gemini, working on yourself so that like attracts life, you can call in the vibe that you're putting out. Does that make sense? Okay. Cancer, what's the vibe for Cancer? I feel like it wasn't specific enough. Cancer, 2025, love life, please. What is the vibe for Cancer 2025? Children, of course you get the children card, Cancer. Now, is this focusing? Is it focused? Because y'all know how my thing likes to unfocus. I'm like, I think it's focused. Okay. Your love life is being affected by children. Unsurprising. Okay. Unsurprising because you're a very nurturing sign. Here we go. The romance angel sent you this card because children are a significant factor in your love life. Either you want them or you or your partner have kids who are influencing your love life. This is a factor to consider when you desire to improve your romantic future. The angels honor and support all expressions of love, and they're willing and able to help you with any issue concerning children. In addition, this card can signify that your or your partner's inner child is affecting your relationship. This may mean there's need for playfulness or a lighthearted spirit, or it could signal that it's time to heal a childhood emotional wound. The loving nature of your inner child and children in general is supportive of healing work, especially when its intention is to bring in more love. I feel like there's a lot to unpack there, Cancer. So we've got healing inner child wounds, letting your inner child out and being playful, and then also dealing with people who have kids. Maybe you have kids, maybe someone you're interested has kids. There's children involved in the situation somehow. So I think number one, Cancer, if there's a lot of perspectives to consider. If you are a single parent, you need to figure out, I feel like it's not really my place to speak on giving advice to single parents, because I meet so many people who, they create a life after they split and divorce and have children, whatever the situation is. Either they're widowed or widower, and they're dealing with, life after the loss of their spouse, or they separated or divorced or whatever. There's so many situations where you might be a single parent and dating. So I really try to be careful about the advice that I give. But I think you need to really if you have children, you need to get firm on what you can and can't accept, okay? And making sure you're dating people who kind of just understand where you are with that and are comfortable with where you are in that. And of course, if you're comfortable dating people with children, and where your boundaries are with that. As it relates to inner child wounds, of course, I recommend every sign do their own inner child healing, okay? And please remember that whatever healing you do, it's not one and done. When you address your core wounds, your inner child wounds, they're addressing them is helpful so that you can see what they are, but they often get reopened. The wounds often get reopened, but the more you work with yourself and your inner child, the easier it is for you to recover when you are triggered, when your inner child is triggered. I hope that's helpful, okay? And maybe also there's a message here of not being naive this year, Cancer. I do think there is a message of a lot of you maybe viewing this channel who are wanting children, and so you're trying to figure out, maybe you're planning to have children, maybe you're already in a committed relationship and you're like focusing on trying, which is a whole other journey in itself. It seems that decisions you make this year will be centered around children in your love life in some way. Whether you're single, it's a conversation of like, do you want kids? Do you not? Or if you have them, dating people, if they can deal with that or not. Or if you are if you're already partnered, planning for children. Or perhaps maybe you and your partner already have children and your life just revolves around children right now. Maybe that's just the stage of life you're at. Maybe you've got little ones and you're going to little league practices and you're going to ballet recitals, and like that's just your life right now. That's just what 2025 is. Your focus is centered around your kids, and it won't always be that way, right? So and I don't think that's a place that you hate to be in, Cancer. You love being nurturing, so that seems to be the focus for you 2025. All right, Leo. Oh God. What is the focus of Leo's love life 2025? Please, Lord, be gracious with us. Am I still focused? I hope I am. I really hope I am. I think I am. Because I feel like sometimes I watch this back and I'm like, was I focused? I think I'm focused. Okay. Engagement just wanted to flip out. Oh, come on, focus, Spirit. Okay. What's the focus of Leo's love life 2025? Because you know Leo's love. Playfulness. Okay. Playfulness. Which is kind of like very Leo. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit to shine. here we go. The romance angels are cherubs who embody all things romantic and who have a happy, youthful sense of playfulness. They delight in the wonders of love and ask you to do the same. The angels want to help you fall back in love with life again by guiding you to enjoy yourself. This comes from a spirit of joy and adventure. The romance angels are same paragraph, same page. The angels ask you, when was the last time you had fun? If you don't remember, then it's long overdue for you to add some playtime into your schedule. The angels say that fun is a necessity, not a luxury. The activity can be free of charge, such as exploring nature, auditioning for a local theater production, joining a community sports team, or trying something new. Playfulness is a good investment of your time as it will renew your energy levels and elevate your mood. Playtime is essential in relationships too, to keep the free-spirited component of dating alive. Plan regular date nights with your partner. It's quoted there, but plan regular date nights with your partner and take turns creatively planning fun activities such as miniature golf, karaoke, walking through a flower garden, or flying kites together. So, having playfulness in your love life is the vibe, which I think is makes a lot of sense for Leo. Leos love to have fun. Leos love to be doing things and love to kind of keep that youthful spirit alive in their relationship. So make sure that you are entertaining people who like to do things and are putting the effort into having fun, because you want to have fun with your person. At the end of the day, all of us are just looking for that teenage love affair, right? And make sure, Leo, you're entertaining people that bring that out in you, who don't make things so boring and dull, who are you can laugh with, who you can really have a good time with, genuinely. If you find yourself dating someone who just bores the hell out of you, even though they seem to be good on paper, that's significant. Don't overlook that, because you'll be with them for years and realize that person is just a dud, Yeah, that's really all I have to say about that, Leo. Okay, let's do Virgo. What is the vibe of 2025 Virgo's love life? Virgo, please. Soulmate. Wow. Love that for you, Virgo. Love that for you. Here we go. You chose this card because you wonder if a certain person is your soulmate, and the answer is yes, as we all do. You have many soulmates, beings whom you share a mystical soul connection and life path. Soulmates incarnate with the plan of coming together for mutual spiritual and personal growth. As you suspected, the person you're inquiring about is one of yours. That sense of familiarity and comfort you felt when you first met also indicates your soulmate bond. This card sometimes comes to those who ask, when will I meet my soulmate? Or will I ever meet my soulmate? As validation that this will occur. Many times this is a person whom you already know. Although romantic sparks didn't fly at first, you'll have another opportunity to explore passion together. Wow. So if you're already dating someone, Virgo, first of all, I don't know your situation, so I'm hesitant to claim, oh, that's the one, girl. But this is looking positive that whoever it is you're with is a soulmate connection, is a positive connection. I hope it works out into, becoming something more if that's what you desire. If you're very single right now, I would say that this would be the year that you meet one of your soulmates, and that it is a relationship that has potential to grow. So that's super positive for you, Virgo. I love that for you. All right, let's go to Libra. What is the vibe of Libra 2025 in their love life, please? This could be the one. Wow, Libra. Okay. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. I love that. Okay, here we go. This card signals that you've already met the person you romantically seek. Perhaps you're already in a relationship with him or her, or they, or them. The romance angels sent you this card because it seems you're not recognizing or enjoying the full potential of this person and relationship. Sometimes you may overlook someone who's meant for you because you have a different idea of what your partner should look or act like. Take a moment to consider who this might be. The first person to come to mind is probably the one. Next, invite the romance angels into your dreams as you're going to bed. Ask them to give you very clear information about your romantic partner. either in your present relationship or future one. During sleep, you're more open to angelic guidance. When you awaken, you may not remember your dreams, but you will have a clearer sense of romance and partnership. Take any action you feel called to based on your inner guidance, even if it seems unrelated to your love life. Trust that the angels are leading you toward the one you desire. Okay, so if you're dating somebody presently, Libra, this could be your life partner. If you're single, this could be the year that you meet somebody who has very strong potential to be a life partner. I really have to take this card with a grain of salt because this has come up in my, personal romance reading so many times, but she's still single. So I really want to highlight the fact that this card is about you meeting people that have the potential to be your life partner, but depending on your free will, their free will, and how everything unfolds is really going to determine, whether or not it goes the distance, if that is what you desire. But this message here is super positive and really confirming that you'll be meeting people and making connections with people that have the substance and the qualities and values that you desire for a long-lasting connection. They mentioned about the dreams. I'm actually somebody who usually remembers my dreams. So what I do is, usually if I wake up and I'm like, oh, that was a weird dream, it's still kind of fresh in my mind. I'll usually voice record it. Usually like while I'm on the toilet in the bathroom, I'm like waking up and I'm like trying to remember this dream. I usually do it first thing if it was really significant and I want to remember it. So if you take their advice of like asking the angels to give you guidance in your dreams, just record it, whatever you remember first thing in the morning, okay? Okay, Scorpio. What's the vibe of Scorpio 2025? Their love life, please, Scorpio. Free yourself. I was debating whether or not I wanted to keep this in here, and I decided I did. Free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. Like the unicorn in the image on this card, you may be feeling trapped. Perhaps you've relinquished control to someone else, or maybe you feel smothered in your career or relationship. As you tune into yourself, you'll sense the specific areas where this message applies to you. You can even ask yourself, in what ways do I feel limited or constrained? Trust the answers you receive. This card comes to you from the romance angels because they've heard your call for great love. To experience passion, though, you must first allow yourself to feel deep emotions. In doing so, you may come up against areas of your life where you harbor discontent. Simply by acknowledging these areas, you bring light to the situation and allow room for the angels to help you. As you commit to taking back control of your life, your feelings will naturally thaw and reawaken. This leads to a greater capacity to love yourself, your partner, and your experiences. So Scorpio, I wanted to address the deep emotions. Some of you guys may be kind of like repressing emotions because they're too traumatic, they're too hurtful. You as a water sign feel emotions very deeply. I don't think you're incapable of feeling deep emotions, but I do feel a lot of Scorpios try to prevent themselves from feeling too deeply because they have very big feelings, right? So you might need to do some work to address them. And this message of feeling trapped, are you limiting yourself for like the type of relationships that you're settling for or the type of people that you're dating? Are you feeling controlled within your relationship? You know, there's a lot of ways that this can connect for, you know, freeing yourself. This could be freeing yourself to, if you've only been dating like a certain type of person, like open up the dating pool for you and like see what, if that's what you desire and if that's what you want. There's some constriction and some limitation in some way for you, Scorpio, that is holding you back from the connections you desire. And I think to you, you might feel that this is like you protecting yourself, but really it's just limiting you. A lot of times our ego forces us to protect, where really we're just limiting ourselves to the abundant universe. I'm not going to get on my TED Talk about that today, but I hope that the ones who get it, get it. Okay? It's like, you know, I'm very guilty of this. I've done this so many times, and I'm really trying to make sure that I don't do this anymore. I'm one of those people that I will, if I think a relationship is going downhill, I'll break it off with them before they break up with me, or I'll give them an ultimatum or force them in some way to confirm their feelings for me, or like, hey, it looks like you're pulling away, like where are you at? Like I'm a big person, and I just hate that I do that. I just can't do that anymore. So what I mean by that is free yourself from repeating patterns as well, of like also expecting a certain type of love. So my point in mentioning that was like, my ego needs to confirm. My ego needs to get validation. Hey, are you in this or not? So your ego thinks you're protecting yourself, but really, I don't know what that other person may be going through. And I put a lot of expectation and demands on a person that has no commitment to me, you know? And my point is like, your ego will try to protect you. Well, I just need to protect myself. I just need to know where they're at because I don't want to be too invested in this if they're not invested. Just let that go. And I'm speaking to myself and I'm speaking to you if you're connecting with this. Be open. Free yourself from like needing something to be a certain way, and just trust that you know the energy you're trying to attract, and trust that you will stay aligned with that. And if somebody pulls away, that just means they're not aligned with the energy you know you want to receive. Okay? Okay, what's the vibe of Sagittarius 2025 love life? Codependency. Yikes. Okay. Wasn't expecting that one. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Now, the definition of this card very much focuses on like substance abuse, but I think this could also be emotional codependency. Okay. I will read it anyway. Okay. This card answers your question in perhaps a surprising way, because addictions are the culprit behind the issues you're attempting to resolve. This could be your own craving for a substance or unhealthful behavior, or it could be that your partner's addictions are impacting your love life. This card is also an indicator of childhood experiences in an addictive family. Oof. I never really focused on that before. This card is also an indicator of childhood experiences in an addictive family. Addictions numb the heart to pain, but they also diminish its capacity to love. Since love is the basis of your romantic partnership, addictions become a barrier to moving forward toward true emotional intimacy. This is especially true if you are twisting yourself in knots to please a person whose dependency has lessened his or her capacity for happiness. That no-win situation will negatively affect your self-esteem and your own happiness if you continue. Fortunately, lots of support is available worldwide in the form of 12-step meetings and other addiction support fellowship models. Whether it is you or your romantic partner who has the addiction, you can find free groups near you through internet searches or by contacting your local community health center. Okay, wow. And more people than you realize deal with addictions. Really, truly. So if you're like embarrassed about it or whatever, like a lot of people's families deal with addictions. This life is hard, okay? So, like I said, Sagittarius, either you yourself are codependent upon something or someone, something that's unhealthy, attaching to something, or your partner is. Or like the card said, maybe addiction is prevalent in your family and you're just trying to figure out how to navigate that. As it relates to love, a lot of people are codependent in their relationships. So maybe you're dealing with somebody who is codependent upon you, and especially as you being a free spirit, you being somebody who likes to travel, you can't really handle somebody who needs too much of you. While that's a big blanket statement, that's a big generalization, I would say most Sagittariuses need to date somebody with some level of independence. So you might be dating somebody, like for example, Sagittarius, if you're dating a Cancer, I don't really know how that's working out for you. Like Cancers need a lot of reassurance. So I mean, as a lot of people do in general, but I'm just giving an example. So maybe you have some placements in your chart that like you can deal with that energy, but you might be dealing with somebody who's codependent upon you, needs a lot of reassurance, and you need to decide for you if you can provide that or not, or vice versa. Maybe you're dependent on somebody and you're not getting what you need, and you need to determine if this is going to work for you. Whether you're single or dating, that's something that you need to address. I need you to really understand what your needs are and what you desire from another person to meet your needs. So there's a lot of ways that that card could be interpreted here. Capricorn, here we go. What is the vibe of Capricorn for the rest of 2025? For the vibe of 2025, what's the major theme? What energy will they be walking through, Capricorn, please? Very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now, Capricorn. You just need to figure out what the fuck you want, Capricorn. TUV. Sorry, it's alphabetical, so. Okay. This card asks you, what do you want? And demands very clear and specific answers. Just like putting in your order at a restaurant, the universe has been listening to your thoughts and feelings about your love life and has brought you what you asked for. When you complain about what's served to you, it's only because you placed an unclear order. As soon as you are perfectly straightforward about what it is you desire, it comes to you upon the wings of angels in an instant. You drew this card because it's time for you to get clear and honest with yourself and formulate your requests with faith and optimism. Trust your feelings to make decisions for yourself about what's best for you. And I think that's really good because I think people really underestimate how Capricorns really do put the needs of others, especially their family, before other people. So I actually think it's difficult for Capricorns to put themselves first and to like do what's best for them. So this is really a message here, Capricorn, for your love life and your loving romantic relationships. You've got to figure out what you want. You've got to figure out what's going to work for you and what's not. Because you might be in this period where like, why don't I have what I want? Why isn't it working out? It's because you haven't declared and decided what you want in your love life. That could be the type of person, the type of relationship, where you want to live, for example, what interests you want them to have. I mean, that's getting very specific, but like, when I say that, I mean like, you know, do you want this person to also be into, you know, sports betting? I don't know, like whatever. You know, you might want to have a shared hobby with this person. Decide what you want. If you're already in a relationship, you might be needing to decide what's next for you in the partnership. Are you planning for children? Are you planning for more children? Are you planning for college? Are you planning for relocation? Are you planning to make changes in your career? Decide what you want so that it comes to you now in your relationship. Do you even want to be in a relationship, right? You might be thinking, do I want to spend this year on my business, or do I want to like focus on, you know, getting in partnership with somebody? You've got to decide. Not that both can't happen, but you want to focus on, you want to decide where you're going to put most of your efforts, right? Okay, Aquarius, what's the vibe of Aquarius for all of 2025, please, in their love and relationships? Wedding. Wedding for Aquarius. Okay. This situation involves marriage. I'm looking at all my placements here. I'm like, okay, children, playfulness, wedding. Okay. Did I go too far? Where's W? Ugh. Okay, here it is. You drew this card because of an upcoming wedding, your own or someone else's. It comes to you because marriage plays a role in the answer to your question. For some people, this card could be a validation that you will get married and asks you to keep the faith and continue enjoying your life without worry about your future marital status. For others, this card signals that you'll meet a significant other at an upcoming wedding or experience something there that will lead to new romance for you. It can also represent your parents' marriage and the way it affected your feelings and beliefs about relationships. Sorry, Sasha's drinking the last ounce of water in her bowl, and she has another bowl 6 feet away. We'll wait. I don't even know if y'all can hear that. You know you have another bowl, Sasha. She don't care. In a few cases, this card asks you to look at your present and past marriages and review your feelings with the intention of healing your heart and your relationship. Perhaps it's time to enlist a marital counselor to help you both sort out how you feel. And sometimes this card can signal the end of a marriage, in which the angels support everyone involved as you come to an understanding about the experience and renew your heart's willingness to love. Okay, wow, so there's a lot to unpack there, Aquarius. So either you're meeting a new boo at a wedding, there's confirmation that you're getting married if you're single. Either you're married and need to work on the relationship, or perhaps the marriage is ending. There's a lot there. So there's a focus on marriage for you this year, basically. Like it says, the situation involves marriage. And also the other message was maybe you're processing how your parents' marriage has affected you. There's a lot to process there, Aquarius. My intuitive feeling, at least for the majority of people on this channel, is that you're enjoying your marriage right now, or you're focusing on making it better. And if you are single, I want to believe this would be the year that you meet somebody that you marry, or at least get engaged. I just feel like this card wouldn't really come up if we needed to. I mean, sure, like who doesn't need to unpack their childhood trauma regarding their parents? But I just feel like for you and the intention of this reading, of like what is going to be the focus of you, maybe some Aquariuses are planning their wedding. Maybe you're dating for marriage. And again, maybe you're either working on your marriage or wanting to improve it or thinking about counseling. You're really focused on partnership this year. On like, and not just like dating just to have fun, but like a quality partnership. Okay. I don't really want to claim that a marriage is ending for you. I mean, if it is, it is, but I hope that that's not the case unless it's completely toxic and it's completely over. Okay. Last but not least, Pisces. What is the vibe of Pisces 2025 for their love life, please? Attraction. Okay. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Just a little flimsy book. Okay. Like a good friend, like a good neighbor. Like a good friend, the romance angels send you this card to tell you the truth. The best way to have more romance in your life is through attraction, rather than through strenuous effort. You are most attractive when you're fully enjoying yourself in the present. Your joyful laughter, self-expression, and body language are beautiful. In contrast, any stress you experience as you strain to find romance pushes against the stream of life. Strain comes from a place of fear, with an underlying worry. Maybe I won't receive this. That fear then attracts the very thing you worry about. Stress creates wrinkles, bodily tension, and constricted voice, and other unattractive characteristics. So, go smell a rose and fully enjoy its fragrant beauty. Allow yourself simple pleasures that lead to great joy. Affirm frequently that you are loved and lovable. Visualize a wonderful romantic relationship with a great partner. Take excellent care of yourself and follow your inner guidance. Via the law of attraction, you'll draw romantic love to you through your own attractive nature. I love this, Pisces. So basically, love yourself, have fun. All right, so whether you're single or already in a partnership with somebody, Pisces, this is like basically saying, hey, like you just need to focus on what you enjoy, like what you love, because you focusing on like what you want the relationship to be, what it is, what it isn't, is like causing issues right now, or causing you to attract negative vibrations in your love life. And you just need to focus back on like you and what I just had a client literally this morning who is a Pisces, and I told her this exact same thing. I was like, you need to focus on what you want and what you desire, because right now you're missing the piece of co-creation and co-creating with spirit, and like you're waiting for the next step to fall out of the sky. But a lot of people miss their co-creative power in this process, miss that they're in charge, miss that they're manifesting, miss the fact that they're the one navigating and orchestrating this. I believe that there are certain markers in our life that are destined. But I think for the most part, our free will determines how we get to those markers. You know what I'm saying? That's my personal feeling on it. So I'm saying that, Pisces, that you need to figure out, and maybe you don't even know that. Maybe this year is about you figuring out what you're attracted to, what you enjoy. Maybe what you were attracted to 2 years ago is not what you're attracted to now. I know, like when I was in college, I had a thing for ethnically ambiguous men with gorgeous hair. Like, gorgeous. Like, think Jason Momoa. Like, we don't know their race, but a beautiful head of hair. You know, that was so my type. And now, definitely not that. While my type is a little bit more, it's not necessarily a physical type. But anyway. Okay. Focus on what you're attracted to, Pisces, and what you enjoy. And by calling it's very Knight of Cups. Attract more beauty and more amazing experiences into your life. And that is you're going to put yourself in situations where either you have great experiences with your partner or you meet somebody through doing the things you love, you know? I love that. I hope that was helpful, guys. Drop some comments below if it was. I mean, it's going to be a long year, so we'll see how this resonates. But, you know, of course, I'll be unpacking your love life month by month in my membership. So if that's interesting to you, please become a member. And we're just going to have to see how this all unfolds. I love you so much. See you on the next one. Bye.